If you're thinking about relocating to Durham, North Carolina, you may only know of this area because it's one of the fastest growing tech hubs in all of the United States. But what's it like to actually live in Durham, North Carolina? Today, we'll go over everything you need to know, including some of the pros, some of the cons, things to do, and show you just why Durham, North Carolina is one of the fastest growing areas in all the state of North Carolina. You'll often hear Durham, North Carolina be referred to as part of the Triangle area. So you've got Raleigh, Chapel Hill, and then Durham that make up the Triangle. The population of Durham is about 300,000, but the greater Triangle area as a whole is about 1.5 million. The anchor that holds these three areas together is the Research Triangle Park, which is the largest in all of the United States. It's only about a 15-minute drive from Durham, so relatively easy to get back and forth from that location if you are traveling back and forth there for work. It's going to be about 30 minutes to get over to downtown Raleigh, which is not too bad, which is one of the nice things about the Triangle area is that you have access to some of these other major cities and towns relatively close by. Additionally, if you're traveling to the airport frequently, it's only going to be about 20 minutes to get over to RDU Airport from Durham, North Carolina. Also, if you want to get to the mountains or maybe visit the city over in Charlotte, that's only going to be about a 2-hour drive. My favorite drive from Durham and the Triangle area is the drive to the beach, and that's only going to be about 2 hours and 15 minutes. The public transportation in Durham, I'd probably say, is okay at best, certainly depending on what area you are coming from and what you are accustomed to, but Durham's definitely a spot you're going to want to have a car to travel back and forth to some of these major areas in the Triangle. Durham's also going through a large period of growth right now as well. So with that comes some growing pains. You're going to see some more traffic certainly coming in and out of the downtown area. You've got rush hour traffic just like anywhere else, but also it's becoming a little bit harder to find a parking spot as well. So whether you're traveling back and forth to Durham for work or maybe just coming into town to go out to dinner for a night out, plan to give yourself a little bit extra time to find a parking spot, again, just because it's coming more crowded. I'm going to jump into the diversity and that melting pot feel that makes Durham so special towards the end of the video, so stick around until then. But one of the real centerpieces that holds this community together is the American Tobacco Campus. Now, Durham, North Carolina has some rich history in the tobacco industry, and this revitalized mixed-use space has got some great office areas, plenty of tech startups in this area. You've also got a few different shops and things to do, but also some great restaurants. This is one of my favorite places to go, and there's some great areas for the kids to run around as well while you're eating. Also, if you're working from home, there's plenty of spaces to go. Maybe take your laptop up there for the day, work outside in this beautiful space, and then right across the street is the Durham Bulls Stadium. Going to see the Durham Bulls play is one of my favorite things to do in Durham, North Carolina. It certainly helps that the Bulls are one of the best AAA teams in all of the country. Whenever they have a win, they do a little fireworks show, and because it's so close to downtown, it's really easy to walk and grab a bite to eat before heading into the game. Plenty of other things to do in Durham, North Carolina. Durham is certainly very well known for its performing arts. You have DPAC that's also right there in downtown. You've also got the Carolina Theater, which is a little bit smaller and has a little bit more intimate feel to it. And Durham is a place that has tons of festivals and events going on throughout the year as well. Some of these are going to be in these indoor arenas and others are going to be, marching down the street. If shopping is your favorite thing to do, the streets at South Point have got a plethora of options for you to explore. Also, like the rest of the Triangle, Durham has got some great parks and greenways. Certainly the best in the Durham area is going to be the Eno River State Park up there in North Durham. You've got over 4,000 acres of nature to explore. Lots of hiking trails. You can do some canoeing and hiking. No boating at this park, but if you do have a boat, Falls Lake is certainly not too far away. The Museum of Life Sciences is also a very popular destination, especially for those with kids on the weekends. One thing I will say about these Durham parks and playgrounds is that Durham's a very established area. So some of these playgrounds are going to be maybe a little bit older than some of the ones that you may see towards Cary or Raleigh. Speaking of the kids, Durham County's got some great schools. You have a variety of options of public and private institutions. One of the things that we do hear from a lot of clients living in Durham is that it is becoming increasingly difficult to find options for childcare, which also means some of these daycare centers are going to become a little bit more expensive as well. There's several universities in and near Durham, North Carolina, like North Carolina Central University. You've also got Duke University as well. That's one of the more prominent institutions in all of the United States. If you are planning a visit to Durham, North Carolina to maybe get a better feel for the area, Duke University is definitely one of those areas that I would recommend exploring. The campus itself is absolutely gorgeous, and the architectural throughout throughout, particularly that chapel is absolutely beautiful. I've lived in the Triangle area my whole life, so if you need some recommendations on Durham, please reach out to me at the contact information below. If you're not planning a visit anytime soon, like this video and then also subscribe to our channel because we make videos like this about Durham and some of the nearby areas every single week. Great things to do and a plethora of job opportunities, but how much do the houses cost here in Durham, North Carolina? Well, the median sales price for a single family home in Durham, North Carolina is a little bit cheaper than some of the other Triangle areas. Over the last 12 months, it's sat at $450,000. Only 10% of these sales have been new construction homes, so not quite as many new construction opportunities that you may see in some of the other nearby areas. Durham is a bit more established, so there are certainly some older homes in this area as well. If you're looking for a townhome, the median sales price for those has been about $365,000 over the last 12 months. Plenty of condo options in the downtown Durham area as well. Those are going to range from prices from about $200,000 all the way up to $3 million. The last thing that you need to note about Durham housing is that there's not quite as many master plan communities. So if you're looking for that neighborhood with great walkability and maybe a large pool and community center, tennis courts, those are going to be a little bit harder to find in Durham. Not only are the housing options diverse, but also the population of Durham itself. We've had this huge influx of people moving in from across the country to come work at the Research Triangle Park. You also have this great diverse student population at Duke University and NC Central as well that's really created this large melting pot of folks here in Durham, North Carolina. Because of this, Durham has one of the best food scenes in all the state. In my opinion, a little bit better than Raleigh. Durham is certainly a haven for foodies. You've got some great Asian restaurants, plenty of classic farm-to-table restaurants in the area as well, and several places that have been here for a long time and have some very strong reputations in the community. One of the cons about the restaurant scene is that because of the exploding economy, it has certainly become more difficult to get a reservation at some of these top restaurants. Plan to make a reservation a week or two in advance for some of those very popular destinations, especially those on the higher end side. If you're someone that doesn't go out to eat a lot, I'd probably recommend looking at housing options in the central or south Durham area. Not quite as many grocery stores up in that north end of Durham. If you're curious on what some other housing options are here in the area, we love to make these videos, but we love to help folks find their dream homes even more. So please reach out to us at the contact information below. If you're still a ways away from making that move, please subscribe to our channel because we make videos like this every single week, and I'll see you guys on our next video.